Alright, and we're back with more Sonic Adventure. We're doing Tails next because he's next. Look at him, he's right next to Sonic. I'm picking him. I don't actually know how long this video is going to turn out or if I'm going to have much to say about it because Tails only has 5 stages compared to Sonic's 10. And he only has like sections of these stages. You don't play as the whole stage with Tails. And it's also sections we've already played through as. And Tails doesn't play that differently from Sonic. So I really don't know how long this video might be. It might turn out to be a very short video. But we'll just have to wait and see. Right now, it's Tails' time to shine. So let's go. I do appreciate that even though the cutscenes are technically the same, they at least try to like frame it a little differently so it's not entirely redundant. Like, it's still redundant, but like, you know, it's framed differently. The camera's in different spots. It makes it feel different. Alright, Tails is basically very similar to Sonic. He just can't spin dash. He can tail flip, and he can fly. Not for very long, though. However, there are upgrades to improve that. Okay, is it down here? Tails, can you go down here? Yes. And then, okay, it might, yeah, I think it's up here. Whoop, Tails. Because I think, here it is. Yeah, this will make flying easier. I think it'll make the shortcut in Windy Valley a little easier, too. Oh, there's an emblem over here, right. You get, yeah, this is the emblem I was sort of, like I talked about last time, but I think I cut out of the video because I couldn't make it as Sonic. But yeah, there's like, I think there's like 6 emblems just hanging out in the open world. Do I have to do the puzzle again? What does this guy have to say? I didn't talk to any of the NPCs last time, did I? That's Tails' house on top of the hill. Well, it's my house. It's Tails is like, dude, bruh.
Well. If it isn't Sonic and Tails.
Something I really like, too, is that they even do some of the voices differently. Like, with Sonic, he was more, like, campy, while this time he actually sounded threatening.
If it isn't Sonic! I am Dr. Robotnik, the greatest scientific genius in the world! I am Dr. Robotnik, the most cunning scientific genius in the world!
So, like, that's probably just the way both Tails and Sonic view him. Sonic doesn't take him seriously at all, while Tails is actually scared of him. Alright, now it's just this boss again. It's funny that the first thing we do with Tails is face this boss, but I guess it makes sense. But unfortunately this time I can't cheese it, because Tails doesn't have the homing attack. So I actually have to fight him normally. So he's gonna come down. And I got, yep, there we go. He just shoots his rockets at you, and then just pile drives into the ground. And then you just gotta hit him when he does that. It's a very simple fight. I wonder if I could hit him in the air. Oh, I can't. It won't let me. Ow! I'm probably just gonna be skipping most of the cutscenes because even if there is like little subtle differences, at the end of the day, like, you know, it's still the same cutscene for the most part. Like, it might be shot differently. They might like record new lines, which is cool. But you know, we've seen this before. All right. The first stage for Tails is going to be Windy Valley.
You should be able to find a shortcut if you try and find it.
Yes. If you mean the one where I jump off the cliff and die. With Tails, his is always going to be a race with Sonic or some other character. You got to race Sonic to the end. And with Windy Valley, I'm certain there's a way to just jump and fly down. There's a way to basically just fly to the end. Okay. So I remember now, you can descend with B. So you're able to just naturally descend and just sort of go like this. All the way to the end. Yep, and that's all it takes. Really short level, and there's a way to do it faster if you like know how to beeline right to it. Oh, there's another emblem. Let's go grab that real fast. All right, next stage is the casino. What do you say? It's open. The only way in is closed. Sorry. How can you be open if the only way in is closed? All right, and for Tails, he is forced to go through this section. So yeah, it's just get to the end of this, and this is very short. Don't have to do any pinball or ring collecting here. So yeah, look how fast. Look at the little icons at the bottom. We're zooming. These levels do not last long at all. Why did he go so far back all of a sudden? Ow! Ow! I just went right through that. And that stage is already over, 1.5 minutes, and I probably could have done it faster. It's a little difficult to kind of talk about Tails since, you know, he is just kind of going through truncated version of Sonic's stages. And he's even doing the same things here. Like, he has to take the stone to Ice Cap so he can do Ice Cap Zone. I think Ice Cap Zone especially is going to be exactly the same since you're going to be on the snowboard. So you can't even fly. So it's just going to be exactly like Sonic's section. I already didn't have much to say about this one in the Sonic section. And now I'm going to have even less to say about it in Tails' section. It's certainly fun. Like, it's the precursor to the, like, sort of, like, boarding section of Sonic Adventure 2. But aside from that, I really don't know what I'm supposed to say here. I guess I'll take the time to talk about Sonic's weird rubber banding. As you already saw, like, twice, Sonic, if you jump ahead greatly, Sonic will just kind of, like, teleport forward. And if you slow down, then he'll go extremely slow to allow you to catch up. It's so egregious to the point that it almost feels like like, why is he even here at all? Like, why is this a race? You'll rarely ever lose. I suppose this would make it feel a little more intense, right? You can't just casually take your time. I feel like there's more interesting things you can do with Tails. Like, he can fly. You know, like they kind of do it with Knuckles with his climbing, where some sections are, like, completely reimagined with his climbing. But with Tails, I mean, I say that, in Tails I was able to fly over a whole level. But that's really the only level you're able to do that in. Also, I already beat the level. But yeah, I think it would be a little more interesting if they designed some sections of the level where, like, only Tails can reach. You know, but I don't believe they really do that. I mean, it's fun in its own way to sort of break these levels in half with Tails is flying. But I don't know, I feel like there's more that could have been done to make it not feel so repetitive. And here we go. What the fuck? He's letting out a wet fart. I don't think that... Was that the sound effect they used in Sonic's, like, storyline? I don't remember that. In Chaos 4. It's going to be the exact same boss fight, except now we fight him with Tails. There's kind of an issue with Tails' story. He follows a lot of what, like, Sonic does. Now we just have to straight up fight Chaos 4 exactly the same. I think the only difference is that he doesn't have as much health. I think he has less health than in Sonic's. But aside from that, it's the same fight. And now we're going to do Stag Chase. And unfortunately, it is going to be exactly the same. Yeah, I mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. I really do like the subtle changes to the cutscenes. Like, we're seeing it from Tails' perspective. We're inside the garage. We didn't really get to see the track change because we're, you know, not outside. But yeah, I appreciate that detail. Helps it make it feel at least a little less repetitive. All right. Now, I could do the thing again, but I think this time I'm going to actually play the level. I'm going to try to see if I can get, I'm going to see if I can try to get the emblem or something. Just so that it's not completely boring. I might still ultimately skip it in the video, but for myself at least, to not make me go fucking insane. Something about the reticle doesn't seem right. Like, it feels hard to get kind of a read. Like, look, I'm aiming at those, but the reticle is like, it's not at the reticle at all. All right, if I recall, that means we have to go into this area, which aside from the very end as Sonic, we don't go to. So we actually have to, like, explore now. But I need to get down to the ground because we need to find that one place that's like the sand dunes, because it's the one thing that's entirely unique to Tails aside from the final boss he faces. Oh my gosh, I'm fucking stupid. That blended in! Here we go, yep. Now this is entirely unique to Tails. Okay, you gotta try to rack up a score here, but you can't take too long, otherwise you lose the multiplier. The camera's a little herky-jerk, but it's fine. I actually don't want to take those speed pads, because it kind of makes me miss them. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 33. There you are, Froggy. I think I did pretty good. Get all 130 emblems. Was this like the last emblem I didn't get on like another playthrough? Sonic the Hedgehog was added to the list. What list? Well, here's the past. Look at all the echidnas. Just watch. I'll get them all. Get who? Grrr! Okay, he's very mad. Alright, this is the second power-up for Tails, and I think it's the only other one.
You found the rhythm badge.
The rhythm badge.
Tail attacks, hold the action button down.
Okay. So I think it's just... Woo! Look at Tails go! Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Tails, you're losing control!
Here. Now where was I?
You were trying to get the emerald from him.
Oh yeah, the Chaos Emerald.
Oh, okay, I guess you got it. You re-yanked it right out of his ass. It's time for Sky Chase 2. It is kind of structured a little weirdly. We're doing 3 sub-games right in a row, and 2 of those sub-games are just Sky Chase. Alright, stage 4. Beat Sonic and destroy the capsule. I don't think we're going to have to go through the whole level, unless we do. Like, maybe this is the only one where you actually have to go through the whole level.
Loser! You're a loser!
Hey, Tails.
What the heck? How'd you get up there before me, asshole? Cheating dick. Oh, I completely fucked that up. My depth perception was a little off there. Oh, there's a electric shield here. Is Sonic stuck? He hasn't moved from that spot. I hear I hear continuous spin dashing. I think he is. Look how far behind he is. Shouldn't he just teleport by now? Okay, it's turning slowly. Okay, I could just jump this way. Okay. Thank God for drop shadows. There we go. Okay, we didn't have to go through the whole level. It was just that beginning section. Sonic, what the hell are you doing? Here it comes. Would you ever actually have a building that fucking close to the beach? Or like the seaside? Also, Eggman has a fucking nuke. He just had a missile ready to go to destroy Station Square. Like, why even go through with the complicated chaos plan where you just have a bomb?
I've changed a lot since I've started hanging with Sonic. But I can't depend on him forever.
Yeah, this whole thing is about, like, Tails developing independence from Sonic and trying to rely less on him. He's his own fox. And I also think there's a kind of a cute way of tying the whole racing thing by having it where the final one is that now that you're literally racing against Eggman to stop him from activating the bomb. Like, I don't know, it's kind of a cool way to tie the little gameplay into the story like that. Now it really feels like the actual racing is like, oh, there's some, like, serious high stakes here now. I think this is probably going to be the longest stage for Tails, because it is pretty much the entirety of the Speed Highway section, just without that final part in the city, which is a pretty small part, all things considered. Okay, oh, I can't take the helicopter. I gotta go over here. Here we go. Yeah, Tails also has this, like, this is the only level where it actually is quite different with Tails, since they utilize those, green ring things more to divert his path. I wish those were all over the game, but here's the most emphasized. Here we go. Go, Tails. You're almost there. Eggman is slow as shit. Made it. Okay, that was actually not as long as I thought it was going to be. In fact, I think it was actually shorter than, like, one other stage. And here's the second unique thing in Tails' mission, or in Tails' adventure. A unique boss fight. I think every character has a unique final boss for them. Except for Big, actually, now I think about it. Yes, you can, Tails. I believe in you. Because I'm controlling you, and I'm good at the game, so I'm sure you can do it. Oh, hold on. Oh, shit. I take it back, Tails. Oh, Tails, I'm so fucking sorry. Oh, I let him down. Bonk, bonk. There we go. Yeah, break it down, Tails. Break it down. All right, last hit. Oh, fuck off. There we go. Yeah! Good job, Tails. And that's the end of Tails' adventure. It's very short, only 5 stages. A lot of them truncated version of Sonic stages. My recording I'm looking at is only about an hour and a half, and I admittedly had to pause a couple times because I had to do some other stuff in between recording. I picked a bad time of the day to do this, but, so yeah, generally it probably only took me about, like, an hour of actual playing. Tails' section it's fun, but I do think it's kind of the least interesting of all the characters, because you are just going through the same stages again, in truncated forms as Tails. You can fly and skip a lot of stuff, and he has those rings that make him burst forward, so he can take slightly different paths, but for the most part, you know, it is the most redundant of all the characters. He goes through the same boss fights, character fights, sky chase twice, no differences between any of them. But all in all, it's still fun. It helps that it is short, so it doesn't stick around for too long to let the replay fatigue you out. And thankfully, Knuckles next time is vastly different. Like, starting with Knuckles, that's really when the gameplay starts to change up a lot. Like, you're not just going fast from beginning to end. Every character from this point on is going to have a very vastly different way they play that feels incredibly different from one another, with incredibly unique places they go. And I'm really looking forward to it. Knuckles is probably my favorite along with Gamma. Those two are my favorite. Followed by Amy, which I think is pretty fun. And then, of course, you know, Big the Cat. And I got another emblem. And that's the end of Tails' adventure. If I don't do Knuckles, thanks for watching. See you all next time when I do Knuckles.